I realized my mic wasn't on. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
We're doing the thing, yet again. Dear God. This is upsetting. Clep.
Please bring our boyfriend back.
Please bring our boyfriend back. Hold on, let me bring this mic closer to you. So you are not so quiet.
Yay.
Ugh. There we go.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Finally, I'm out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. There's a mousetrap there. just to catch any mice. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government.
Gay Ace Attorney time? Is there any other kind of Ace Attorney?
It's all gay.
Also, I'm getting some weird, like, what looks like weird noise coming from my capture. Is it just ambiance or is it something weird? I can't actually hear it. I can just see it on the capture.
That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. You know, the one that the two of you shacked up in all this time. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful.
Want to swap?
Oh, look over there! It's Sailor-chan!
He is both man-spreading and crop-topping.
Right? That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
Is he another one? Is he a different guy?
I'm doing alright, how are you?
Is he Sailor-chan number 2?
I think this is original Sailor-chan.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here to the first-class accommodation who shouldn't.
I suppose.
First-class
Like
assholes.
people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. Since you've been stowing away for 2 weeks in a first-class cabin. I'm not bitter or anything.
Yeah, we're still in chains. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is... I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard.
You sure were.
Could you turn on the fan?
Yes.
Thank you, sweetie pie.
Do I already have to remind you that I'm a minor?
Right. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you. That must have been so difficult.
Give me 1 second.
So difficult to hide in that first-class cabin with twice the room of my cabin. Must have been so difficult.
Let me know if something weird goes on with the audio. Thank you. Oh, please don't give me that pitying look. You can't be in a man's trunk and then a man's trunk and then a man's closet, right? Okay.
Get a man who does both.
Get you a man who's just that conflicted.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Converse.
I'm examining.
Converse. I just noticed it's a converse.
Oh, I can't converse.
You can't converse.
Sailor-chan!
He doesn't want to converse. Oh boy.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something? This is different, Sailor-chan. You're right. This is a different one.
You little stowaway murderer.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. I'm cuter.
Yeah, the little blush is really cute.
Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid. Oh.
We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
Don't think he has good days. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name.
It's Sailor Chan.
The second. I am senior crewman. Beef stroganoff. Brilliant.
Ooh, best thing is just avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Beef.
Last night in the first class cabin area.
Mr. Stroganoff, about this first class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place with my stroganoff.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. That is you. Just in case you're not clear. I want to pick you up and throw you down in the ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you? A very weird boner right now.
If I may, I was wondering if you could not flirt with him.
Mm-hmm.
After all, he may have killed my Kazuma-sama.
Also, I'm a minor.
Is the cabin next to Asogi-san's currently occupied? Duh!
Susato-san, did you understand that?
Yes, he said da. It sounded like da. It's hi. I think it's probably Roshiago for yes. Or no. Well, that would be niet.
Genius.
Yes, I am. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Exclamation mark. Well, it sounds like there's someone in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, da. It's tantalizing. What happened to this guy's face? Been
Probably
sitting by
like
the window.
sunburn, yeah, like some kind of weird tan. Did you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
No. Niet. Ah, fine. His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. What do you think that?
Grimsby Roylott?
Grimsby Roylott. Grimes by Roylott?
Grimy toilet.
Grimsby Roylott.
Mm-hmm.
He's very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman.
Grumpy toilet, huh?
Grumpy toilet son. I just say son. Such a man would have no interest in lowly students from insignificant Far East islands.
Wow, fuck you too, I guess.
Harsh burn. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. That is Stroganoff's business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time,
Just emphasize that.
I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there was anyone there. I really hope not, because there's a vent connecting the 2 rooms, and we had very, very loud
They definitely heard something in the other cabin. Well, presumably since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, the big ones, you know, the ones that are twice as big as mine,
I wasn't reading. Why did I hear grumpy toilet? Because there's like Grimesby
Roilet?
Roilet or something like
figure out
that.
what they're trying to say there.
Possibly grimy toilet. I don't know. We're trying to figure out what the pun is. Maybe he's a small royal person. Roilet.
Roilet. It's a roilet. Aw. Pet. He must be rather important, is that right? He is the most important, but that is not your business.
So I can't really remember last night. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
I don't think you should call me that in front of
That's
the girl.
that's an entirely different kind of Stroganoff.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rowlet, that sounds like a very, very cute version of Rowlet where it's like did you ever play Neopets as a kid?
Aw.
With like the paintbrushes and you could like paintbrush like your pets like a certain like theme or color. It was like a royal paintbrush Rowlet. So like with a little cape and a little crown.
Super cute.
Very cute.
I can see it. That would be the mascot.
Yes.
The all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? Because he doesn't remember a thing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dating myself a lot by talking about Neopets. I mean, it's still a thing technically, but no one plays it really anymore unless you're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, I'm pretty sure everyone on Neopets right now is an adult.
It's just
chasing nostalgia. Yeah.
Sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Not unusual to be loved by anyone. Yet!
Susato-san, did you understand that?
Yes, he said niet. It was clearly a no! Nothing unusual, nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I heard nothing strange. Niet!
Sorry. I'm not so sure. Could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a second there.
Enough, I cannot say more now.
You do know Neopets, you just forgot it was called that. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Scene of crime, criminal.
Yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as the English say, when pigs fly. Little piggy.
I understand. Please
go flying.
Please don't call me that.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly.
Only one person gets to, you know, relate me to cuts of meat. Definitely.
Got the conversing done.
Looks like the plan of the SS Burdia. It shows each deck, look. There's only 2 of them.
The Budia is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Where'd you get that book from?
Pulled it off the wall.
It's been playing in my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
So, have you heard of boats?
Right, have you seen a boat ever in your life?
Now that Kazuma-sama is gone, you have no brain cells left.
Right. You really have to, like, he's actually losing, like, hemorrhaging brain cells by the second.
Kazuma kept them in his head.
Right. He's actually getting dumber just by, like not having the proximity of Kazuma.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Geth. They're like stupider when they're farther apart.
Yes.
That's
what's happening.
That's what's happening.
That's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
You really should study.
Very simple, actually.
It is?
Exceedingly. Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. Do you know the word archipelago?
Right? The islands of Japan.
Good job. They're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than this ship, and somehow they float on the water.
I don't think that's how it works.
Floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
I don't think that's how it works. Well, I suppose... God, of course he just goes along with it. God, they're both just so dumb.
Well, that is how the gods created them. They just plunked him down in the water.
Kazuma somewhere is being brought back to life because of how stupid this conversation was.
Please help.
He's like, I have to correct someone.
Now I can die again.
Right. That book on top of the table is really huge. There's a pen with it too.
Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Just
why is it sitting down here?
Sitting here unguarded, just left all alone for interlopers to check out.
Shall we have a little look-see through it?
That sounds like that would be wrong, so let's do it. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
Aww. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
They reported on all the boring stuff every other night.
Yeah, could we, I would like to know about stops and people who came aboard.
Can we read this?
Of course not.
That's the way to the second class area of the ship, you know, the one where I live. Is something wrong, Mr. First Class?
I was thinking about making a run for it just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. Where are you gonna go, Ryunosuke?
He's gonna jump out the door
to the top of the ship.
He's gonna jump into the ocean just like that. I might be wrong, but imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly sea man would surely shoot you dead.
With a gun?
So just try it.
He has a gun?
Sure. Oh dear. Sumimasen deshita. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started it with my talk of running anyway. There's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway.
He's still alive somewhere.
He's still alive.
He's poisoned by the cobra poison.
Yeah. Sure enough, Sailor-chan wouldn't, would he? Probably not. Oh, there is a mousetrap on the floor. You right? I didn't even. But the arm of the mic was.
Yeah.
The arm of the boom was blocking it. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? I could probably fit this in my.
Yeah. That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to fit it anywhere.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency, and that doesn't include a mental health emergency. Okay, so. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Wow, prank time.
Hey, you know, if there was a...
Naruhodo-san! You mustn't touch it.
Wait. What was the history? Oh, this I have to see, he said.
Sawatte wa ikemasen yo.
But this is an emergency situation. There was a murder. Just look at these handcuffs.
That's an emergency that you can talk about with your master, I guess, but...
I said the safe word and I'm still in chains. This is an emergency.
Yes.
That's funny. That is funny.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, well, the judge would have to penalize you for that.
Right. I don't think that's no good reason. I wish everything would just stop. ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least do it when I'm not around.
Right? Yeah, what's with these lights? Like, there's only one light on.
Check the master. Yeah. Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Hey?
What? Why would you do that? Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruto-san. The trap will snap shut on your stupid fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right.
Or go ahead and try it. Just try it. Let's see. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? Or were you? Were you going to try it? How would you try it?
Yeah. All I've had for the last couple of weeks is Cosmo's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
The only protein I've been getting is... Wait.
I'm a minor.
First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Cosmo-sama's, technically. You stowaway.
I mean, I was in it. Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
I mean, that would make it like, I don't know, if I live in a city and then I also live in a house, I still live in the city.
No, you only live in the wardrobe. You live in the first class wardrobe, and I only got a second class wardrobe.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
Yes, your wardrobe is so small in first class.
Don't talk about my wardrobe like that.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way, which is one of the smallest. 539. I tried to get an upgrade and they told me no.
Riddles, you weren't here for the first case where he got shoved in a cupboard.
Yes.
He got shoved in a cupboard at a restaurant.
And then he got shoved in a trunk to get stowed away here, and then he got shoved in a wardrobe.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time in small spaces. Not Kazuma, Ryunosuke does.
Being shoved into things.
Yeah. He must be very small. 500 and... How many cabins are there?
At least 539. Let's go, let's go!
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Oh boy. Yes, the ventilator from which Cosmo-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Damn, yeah, I wonder when he gets shoved into an ice machine.
Uh-huh.
It's only a matter of time. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask!
So it's either gonna be Holmes or it's gonna be some wacky newbie. Or they're keeping Kazuma in here.
Right.
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Yes, it is an ice cream cone with a knife. It's what we like to call the murder cone.
Murder cone.
It's a... Ah!
Huh?
What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Sounds are coming from inside the cabin.
It's an inside joke from one of our Jackbox streams.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
I think it's Stroganoff.
Stroganoff.
Stand aside!
Oh,
No, no, it's Sholmes!
I'm about to break the door down.
Mr.
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, oh wait, Mr. Holmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. You could just, open it.
It doesn't? And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? Whose face can I kick in?
Don't look at me when he asks. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
Murloc, slow. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Well, this is really special. Yeah, okay.
This guy's a little bit more Santa Clausy, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's him.
Western gentleman, this man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman, don't be absurd. As you can see, there is nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only one in here. But in that case, just two screamed. Get out, all of you, now.
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylet, I believe.
What's with the scissors? Is this the bearded lesbian?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good question. Yes, that's me, and you are?
I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. Here you go, take a look. I'm quite popular, you see. I assure you, you may trust me completely because I'm in a magazine.
This man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives.
Well, I don't trust strange bearded men with scissors, but we distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time, just a suspicious bag over there, and a small trunk. Might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case so that we might shove Yunosuke into it?
Or don't be stupid. How could anyone fit into a small trunk like that?
Well, I have it on good word that someone in my party actually could. It's quite fashionable to travel inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me.
It's a kitty! Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? It's a snake. It's gonna be a snake.
The case just shook.
Snake.
Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. But this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylet. Apologies.
Gesundheit.
There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. I would like opening the hopping case. Examine the case. He's just sitting in there. He's just sitting in the wardrobe. That's fucking funny.
What do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry. It was you. This is my cabin. Get out.
Could we just have a quick look inside that case for the snake?
No.
What a pity. I think we're out of luck.
I think you're right.
Doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. Is there nothing we can do,
Right.
Mr. Newton?
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylet.
No, I just prefer to curl up in the wardrobe, you see.
Okay, I can't click anything else other than Herlock Sholmes.
Herlock.
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
Need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing in there? Speaking of Snake, did I mention Baiju is my favorite Genji character, even though he isn't out yet? I think you talked about him in the Minecraft stream this weekend. You talked about how you're saving up all your primos for Baiju.
Well, I was resting, of course. Quite tired out from walking into a room. Resting? Really? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time when death comes for us all. And that you would need my great powers of detection and want to call them into service, you see. Just waiting for that moment, which has arrived now.
Mm-hmm. My sister used to have a ball python, and I think she's thinking about getting another one.
Snakes.
So,
I guess we could ask you to do something. It would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come for me to do something.
yeah.
Am I mistaken?
Pythons are super cute. Well, no, actually, you're spot on. For once.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course! Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. One can use the truth in a number of situations.
Right.
It's a very useful tool, you see. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it, exposing the Russian?
Oh, yes, please.
I love to see exposed Russians.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you.
Are you a magician?
Poof! I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Logic mode. Activate. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time it occurs to me. He's got his scissors pointed at me. Also, is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness or Russian on account of his dubiousness? What do the Fatui have to say about that?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone.
That's right, and Mr. Holmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence, biases, the judgment.
That's right, everyone who has round sunglasses is evil.
And a big hat. I must have complete silence. Silence. I'm thinking.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? You're just so handsome.
Just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. I'm not going to sleep with you.
Right. I'm much too busy.
There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. One is that you're in Afghanistan, and the other is that you're here on this ship, and one is that you're Japanese, and the other is that you're Russian. Well, anyway.
You're Japanese Russian.
From Afghanistan. Number one. Your true identity is that of a villain. That is what bearded men are, holding the scissors. You are about to end the existence of something most dear, such as this thread count in these sheets, are you not?
Huh.
And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn is that your jacket is too similar to mine. And you are in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize how attractive I am. Does it not?
Ugh.
You got him there. Naruto-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Holmes' great deductions with my own eyes. Never imagined that.
Well, up until this point, we had yet to. That was a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Holmes.
In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
He thinks I'm Russian. What? What inevitable
What
twaddle.
inevitable twaddle? That's a very like Miles Edgeworth kind of thing to say.
I
What
think he
in-
heard Kazuma say it and
Yes.
is just like, what does that mean?
What ineffable twaddle? What ineffable twaddle, is that right? Oh, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. Such a dream.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylet's face.
Except for his giant nose that is still very red.
It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right for once. How? Or how? How could you?
How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? My powers of observation are quite astute. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. I have forgotten what they were already, but I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning as it departs from the station of sanity. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh boy. Wow. We're really going somewhere here. Yes, superbly deducted. Thank you very much. The dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is his funny hat. But it is a rather Russian hat. Also, the scissors. The enormous pairs of shears in your hand that you managed to forget to drop when we entered the room. What could you possibly want with such an implement? Were you making doilies, perhaps, out of a nice cutting, a snowflake, perhaps? The answer is staring us in the face. You on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving right along from that great deduction, the question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylet? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter that you might actually be attractive under that beard. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylet. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. We know that everyone who reads articles, they are the people in the articles. The headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Now, because your first name is Villain, I've decided that you are a villain. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You're Japanese. Now, you're the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand? I just read the article.
I thought that's what you were. I thought that's what you were accusing me of being.
I like to accuse people of being Russian revolutionaries. As for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. It would be a heinous crime to remove such a sporting beard. The proof of this crime over there. Yes, Mr. Roylet. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see, and your eyes strayed over to... The eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Ha 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 ha. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. On my attractive face. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. This time, I think that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. That's what we wanted to do in the first place, but okay.
No, I refuse.
Well, okay. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? Could it be Mr. Nunosuke? Oh, I see he's next to me, so no. By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. I like to imagine.
That would
women in
be a very,
traveling
very, very
cases.
small lady.
Very, very petite
Don't be
lady.
absurd.
What, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer, and you're glancing at me again, haha. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there's another most stimulating article. You are clearly hiding the prima donna ballerina in your traveling case. We turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page where all of those certain kinds of ads are.
Yeah, Minor Town is still in sight. She's still here. Don't worry.
We shouldn't talk about the back page of newspapers in front of the minor, but renowned prima ballerina of the Nova Beach Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. She is in the box. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. So if we just call out Nikolina and the traveling case answers, then clearly you've abducted her. But if the traveling case makes a hiss instead, it is a snake. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky.
What?
We're gonna have to go through a whole lot more bullshit, aren't we?
Yeah. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
The stories are full of Mr. Holmes' brilliant deductions, you know, the ones that people wrote down, didn't fact check. That did seem a little different somehow, though, just a tad.
Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, could you come over here a moment?
I'm busy looking for a very tiny ballerina. Right, what can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on.
They kind of suck.
On what basis? I think they're
Well,
brilliant.
to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
Yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and I don't care about it. I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance, just like he was about to do with that scissors.
No, that's what you said about me, is the thing. You said that I could do that.
In fairness to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do, at least, kind of, sort of, if you squint.
That's not the point.
If you kind of squeeze it down, you know?
And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina?
Indeed, a truly startling revelation.
I think that super sucks too.
First glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
I think on second, third, and fourth glance, it also appears to be too small.
Also, if there's a young woman in there, could we open the case? Could we please just open it then?
Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to even fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed really hard.
That's dark. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15, and quite petite.
No, I didn't know. How could I?
She's about the size of a small Pomeranian. Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. It was my own biography. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveliness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
I'm pretty sure if the man killed her, her skeleton wouldn't be able to fit in that case.
Seriously. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Holmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Oh my god. Naruhodo-san. Some things occurred to me about Mr. Holmes' deductions just now. They're bad.
Did they suck? Did they really suck?
Bone
Maybe
Tetris.
maybe they can fit with Bone Tetris.
Bone Tetris.
Wow, that is the darkest version of Tetris.
I think his powers of observation are magical. His eyes, they cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato.
So anyway, maybe we could just open the case. It's just one or two key words in his deduction that seem to let him down, such as deduction and logic. I was wondering if we might tactfully switch them for alternatives. Do omoimasu ka? What do you think?
I do play D&D, yes. Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Oh my god. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholm's great deduction.
So we have to hold his hand like a toddler.
Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. You see, my deductions are rather like a puzzle. They're like a bone Tetris. One has to Tetris them about.
I believe that. I
They-
believe
They
that
slip through like bones.
there are D&D dice made of human bones.
Oh, wow. Yep.
This man
I
is
see
a
it.
lot of work.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. That would be.
I definitely don't.
That's a mutual feeling, buddy.
I'm not putting up with you
Not
at the
really.
moment. It's not that funny.
No kidding. And you, my good fellow,
Sorry.
take a moment to look at your wrists. You
My
remember your safe word yet?
Wrists? What do they look like? I haven't seen them. What?
Where are your handcuffs? What the?
Huh? How did...
Did he cut them off? I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. So I just went snippy snip
Oh.
with this snippy snip.
Um.
Unsnip.
So you took off my chains and you want me to dance?
Well, I thought you said the safe word, so.
I did say the safe word, but a while back.
And I don't think you're allowed to do anything about that, Mr. Holmes.
I don't believe it. I wouldn't have sex with you in a million years.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel.
Somehow I think he is more of a magician than he is a detective.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished and once I can get some glue and duct tape.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let us begin.
Timmy's good at getting cups off. That's years of practice. Right?
We've learned something interesting about him.
He's
He's got no deductive skills, but he can.
he's freaky.
Yep. Let us begin our dance of deduction. Alex Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Come on down. Oh. Eh? Oh my god.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm begging this mechanic to be worth it later. Please. The dubious looking Russian, blah blah blah. What catches the eye in the first place? It's the shears.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what could you possibly want with such an implement? Is it inky? We really have to go through all of this again, huh, Mr. Holmes? I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
Maybe his murder mystery then cuffed roleplay. This is all just an extended scene.
It is. It's just a big scene.
Yeah.
Kazuma set this whole thing up.
Right. He's like, all right, I'm gonna pretend to be dead. So you have to like, this is gonna be like, Mr. Sholmes, we're gonna have a threesome with my boyfriend. So it's like, all right, he's gonna try and solve the mystery with you. I'm gonna pretend to be dead, and then you know, just to kind of heighten the mood. You got to solve the mystery.
Yep, you got and just try not to over-involve Susato because she is a minor.
Yeah, try not to over-involve her, and then, you know, just... I do want to make sure that you report to me every moment that he's just so fucking stupid, because that really gets me off.
Every moment, then. This is going to be quite a long log, Mr. Cosma.
I don't care. It's going in my spank bank forever. Yes, that's the triad. I doubt it's something that I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't sit quite right with me, though.
Doesn't seem to be sitting with
Wow. So eloquent, which means I suppose that deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
Well, I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roy Lot. Lot Roy? Lot Roy Grimes? What's the keyword?
I wonder if this really his beard he intended to use those shears on.
Maybe he wanted to just cut up the newspaper clippings so no one could find it. Maybe he wanted to cut up his hat. We do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Shalom's deduction better.
Then what?
Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around with that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylett really trying to use those enormous shears for?
Oh my goodness. Wanted to cut his hat away.
Okay, I can't...
What the fuck? Is that a backpack? What is that? Golden locks?
Oh!
Oh! Okay. He's the ballerina.
Dude's a lady. What the? What is this?
Looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. If they were
No,
black
no,
locks,
no.
I'd be
The color's
envious.
not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylett's head? And how is it growing out from under his thick black hair?
Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Something's definitely not right here.
Yes! Yes! Oh!
You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Look at that! Look at that, Dukan.
Yeah, now he's
getting
being...
interesting there.
Yeah.
Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. It's clearly the hair. You see, I did identify that it was hair. But, you know, just I said it was the face hair.
Mm-hmm.
Such lush golden hair does not befit an old man unless he's into that.
Mm-hmm. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair...
A woman in the ship?
A woman exists on the ship.
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no! If only I had managed to cut off my hair, then no one would have suspected.
Question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks, my dear? It will take years to grow it back out. The answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
No? Well, that was a shock. I had no idea the old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you?
Pretty much, you know, I saw him from the back when we walked in the cabin, but...
Why are you staring at me like that?
Because, you know, I have eyes and walked around the cabin, but... Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. It was a surprise. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the fact with Mr. Sholmes. Well,
Look, I'm not moving on.
Cosmo-sama's
I'm not moving on, if that's what you're asking.
Cosmo-sama is only just in the grave.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything, Baka.
You spent all that time with him in the first-class cabin.
This is strictly business, not... Wait, hold on. Hold on.
What?
Not strictly what?
This is wait. What exactly?
Not strictly
Not strictly
comedy?
Comment. What? What the?
Yeah.
Not strictly
What were you trying to say there,
my dude.
She's pulling an I'm
Yes,
minor right
yes.
now.
I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on the next part of Mr. Shum's deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless
Hey,
revolutionary.
women can be anything we want. Well, I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
So, let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. Do I have to hand feed this to everybody?
For some reason, this woman had to hide her true identity. Maybe it's because women are illegal.
On this ship, women are allowed.
Oh, okay. I feel that's that deduction out the window. I feel as though I've read or heard something about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Thank you for holding my hand through this. I definitely needed it.
You definitely did.
All right, I'll do my best. Obviously.
Yes. See, it was an article. It was something in the paper.
The evidence that reveals her true identity, of course, is the article about the ballerina.
That's right, you've hit the nail on the head.
You've hit the head on the nail.
You've certainly nailed something. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. That's a very Miles Edgeworth pointing at the head.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Ah!
Eh. Wow. She pretty.
She's very pretty.
And very Russian.
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
I like how her coat just got small.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She's just slick like that. That was for my second conclusion. What was it again? What did I conclude back there? You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. You're abducting yourself. That's a crime, young lady. The proof of this crime over there. You have put yourself in a traveling case, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people of a I assure you the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth.
Maybe the belt was like in the hat.
The furtive glance is it's over here. Proof of your crimes. It's before our very eyes.
This woman is a ballerina. She's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she couldn't be inside that traveling case as well.
Really? You think so, Naruhodo-san? Yep, seems like she wasn't abducted at all.
In that case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistakes again.
It's snake smuggling. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Is that what you like? Is that what you're into now?
Maybe you should step out into the hallway. Stop it. Stop it. Slap.
Susato. Take down.
Right. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
Poison.
Drinking?
She was just having a drinky drink. Oh, there's a tiara.
Ah.
She's sneaking away with a tiara. She's gonna sell that shit on the black
she's gonna
market.
steal the tiara. That's so
She's
smart.
got to have the monies to get out
Wow,
of here.
look at this dazzling tiara.
Can I put it on? Can I wear it? Can I try it? Can I please? 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 Are they real diamonds? Can I just try it just once? Not hold this on? You try it!
Oh, I think I'd look beautiful in that.
I think Cosmo
Take a
might
picture
like
of me.
it. I'll
What?
take a photographic print.
What, me? You think I'd really look good in it? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Do you think I'd be pretty? Would you like to try it on instead?
I think you actually might look pretty. This is giving me a whole new take on our relationship, Mr. Dianosuke.
You're a minor.
I mean, you know, I don't mean like that. I just want to play dress up with you. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
Yes, you see, I looked around the room before we walked
Yeah.
up to the obvious ballerina, and so I've just been waiting for everyone else to catch up to me.
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Your crime, rather.
Crime. I like how we accuse her of a crime just because he decides she's committing a crime.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you looked at a tiara, so therefore it's a crime. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Ahaha. Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles, which is a lot of rubles. In summary,
The crime you've committed is theft.
da da da.
Oh no.
Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully, taking their precious tiara with you. What else have you stolen away from your primas and the other ballerinas? What's under that hat, young lady?
I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone, and I need money. You're a ballerina! Do they not pay you enough? But I did not steal the tiara.
They ran her life.
It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. The girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Right, I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now.
Just in case, I'm going to put this spotlight on you. Ooh, let us not be hasty. We want to actually pry apart your secrets, not just have you tell us all of them. That wouldn't be any fun.
Yeah, we're not done dancing.
Lot more dancing to do. There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
She was going to tell us everything. You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence, and being that you are 15, there can't be any contraband in here, so what on earth is going on with this case?
What do you mean?
Is this your makeup? Is it your personal feminine hygiene products?
It's drugs.
Oh, well, I'm comfortable opening a case full of drugs. The other things, though, Miss Pavlova. My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention except everything. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I've ever laid eyes on them. Again, feminine hygiene products, I believe. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? La-di-da-di-da. Once again, we need la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Shoop! Yes, the reason why you refused to open your case. You've stolen a book. You library thief.
He's completely changed tack with this deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into this? It was just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so? Uh-huh.
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true. But still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
That's the only answer.
Whatever she is hidden inside that case could be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Maybe it's
The warning sign? A
Small
small picture.
rules of
passage. Oh, let's do the rules of passage.
I think it's... She has a pet in there. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Finally, get to the snick.
That's why I wasn't allowed on board, because I'm someone's pet.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. It appears that feminine products are not forbidden, so that's the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Revealing the drugs.
As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. But no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord.
That's a brilliant deduction, Ryunosuke-san. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case. Oh. Oh. It's
This last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rule of passage. A pet! Ah!
They're getting fancy now. Nice. Wow. Hello.
Fantastic.
That's...
Investigation complete. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylet. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel.
Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. She really snuck on board without being noticed?
Well, she was quite good at disguises. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter, and I know a thing or two about women, yes I do. My personal recommendation, which I like to give to all women without them asking for it, is to leave well alone.
So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream that we heard from outside the cabin?
At that little tinkling of a bell, why, none other than this young lady, naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away from Shanghai. I was sure they'd come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disguise myself? So no one would recognize me.
As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. Questionable choices.
I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw the newspaper. Right on the page where there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Weren't able to break it down. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time.
As they say, it be like that sometimes. People think things don't be like that sometimes, but they do. Are those two even talking about the same thing?
Not quite sure what we're talking about, to be honest.
It's just what? Oh, sorry.
I-
you
I-
first. Okay.
I want to know something. Do you have any cool makeup or more tiaras maybe?
You can try it on if you want.
Oh, wow, really? I
Okay.
like your earrings.
I like your hair knot thingy.
I like how long your hair is.
Can I wear your robe?
Yeah, can I try your coat?
Sure.
Yay.
We'll have to wait until they're out of the room before we switch though.
Oh, yeah, let's wait until the grown-ups leave.
Okay.
Anyway, there's something else I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case, and is it cool Russian makeup? Or is it just a snake?
You are right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world.
I'm gonna be big mad if the whole thing is that her snake accidentally killed Kazuma.
Or if the snake didn't do anything at all.
The snake was just... The snake turns out to be the biggest red herring.
Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you, but in return... You must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. We're not even going to open the case.
Yes, all right. I will tell you.
Naruhodo-san, is this about to get rated in a... Should I not be here? Wasn't it something, Mr... Wasn't it something? Mr. Holmes' great deduction, wasn't that just something else?
It was certainly something, yes.
I'm glad we agree it was definitely something.
Just not entirely sure what.
Me neither.
But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible.
I actually think she agreed to that like a long time ago. Indeed, it is incredible, and it's all thanks to my great deduction. And one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists, ha ha ha.
My...
Oh.
Seriously?
But, you're... I don't know if I want to know how it is that he's able to do that so well. It's kind of worrying.
Yeah, he is good. What? But how?
True to my word, I have restored your shackles. I heard from Kazuma-sama's ghost, you see, to put you back in them.
And why?
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Naruhodo-san. You should consider that shadow when you're dancing with someone else.
Look. Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. Can't go on not knowing. I want to know all her secrets. I want to have a slumber party. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. That too. But also, I want to try on her coat.
Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Just a friend.
I hope you didn't hear anything otherwise.
He was just a friend.
Oh,
Very friendly.
well, you were always shouting his name late at night, so I thought... that's why we were trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual any night at all? Did you hear any noises?
Perhaps
No!
a strange noise. I might maybe need to leave the room now, but you kind of also need to leave the room.
Perhaps people talking or shouting loudly in ecstasy?
Just shouting. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps the two men in that room were absorbed in a wild tempest, and their
whirlwind of passion.
steam engines just exploded. I imagine that's how it happened. Perhaps everyone on
board would have noticed if that had happened.
Well, Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us that's PG-13?
There was something steamy about someone's engine. I don't know. I'm sorry, but it's all I could think about last night is what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, thank God. Woo!
Woohoo!
Oh, gosh, that's good. It's a relief. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. Why? Such a fucking trash hole there. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
Very, very Russian ballerina thing to feel. Get me out of this hellhole. You wish to forget. A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara's mine. I need it to live. I eat it when I'm really hungry. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself? She's innocent! Let her free!
Yes, and the crew of the ship. They have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
It looks like you've got enough room in this cabin for, a roomie? If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. The conundrum is, why am I still in second class?
Right.
What do you think about it, Naruhodo-san, who is in first class all this time?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum? I'm not sure, but...
Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. Hope you like playing games. Alright, regardless of whether you like it or not, here's a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. As in the night that you just told us you didn't remember anything. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night, according to the ship's log that we didn't get to read.
That's it, of course.
So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard?
I rode on a boat the whole way.
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business.
Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? What was that? That is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel.
And a crazy person, I see.
What? Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Considering English also isn't his mother tongue, what the... Mr. Holmes once said, I can never resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
She's dead.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Yes, she was murdered, and she has appeared from beyond the grave. Words once said about myself, you see, quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy.
Yeah, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So the friend you mentioned is traveling... sorry, you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. But if it's a kitty, I like cats.
Please don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Snake? Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, they just tossed you out there into the ocean. What sort of pet is your friend? It's a puppy? Is it a puppy? Is it a puppy? Is it a puppy? Is it a little Pomeranian?
Maybe an adorable little rabbit?
Is it a bunny? Is it a bunny? Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then?
No, just big bears. You may well ask. I have no idea! At least he's honest. Two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. It's clearly another ballerina in the suitcase, you see. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Clearly. Clearly a chicken. Obviously.
You certainly have birds on the brain.
I'm just hungry. Really? Is that so? A chicken? Really? Consider the benefits.
Emergency food.
It's Pieman's in the suitcase. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance.
Emergency food. Fuck off, Sherlock.
Wow.
So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that.
Yes, you know, if the choice is between death and eating you, well...
It's not a fucking chicken, you piece of shit.
I like you. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Oh, let's just open the case, shall we? Yes, let's just open the fucking case, shall we?
He obviously doesn't trust us quite yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think.
My badge.
Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. It's the speckled band thing. This is a diary of my friend who is unconscious right now.
Yes. Unconscious. That's all that's happened.
His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilation grill. A speckled band? I don't understand.
That rhymed.
It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall.
So in other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together, if that wasn't already perfectly clear.
Oh.
Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? maybe?
This is a lot of roundaboutness to tell us that there's a snake.
Yes. Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound perhaps is it anything to do with your special friend in your traveling case? I wanted to try on your coat, but I'm getting tired of this.
No. I don't know anything. Oh.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Oh!
Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Nice.
Yes, what? Wow, she's fast.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please.
All right, I will come now. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Now we're just gonna stay here with the traveling case. Don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. We won't touch anything.
Get
except-
out!
The passenger said out, or you wanted me to throw you out the portal. Right
Looks
into
like
the
we'll have
ocean.
to leave investigating this cabin until later.
What a pity. We couldn't just maybe hide in the wardrobe or something? I hear you're good at that, Yonosuke-san. Oh my god, seriously?
And so we lost our
Are we
chance.
serious with this?
Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked out and thrown into the passageway outside.
I told you I'd pick you up and throw you. Wow.
Wow. To be
Well,
continued.
wow.
Do we want to go a little bit further, or do we want to end a little bit early?
Well, I think we could go a little bit further. Could I take a moment to just grab a thing?
Sure. Let's do a little breaky break.
Little breaky break. Just
All
a
right, we're gonna
moment.
do a little bit of a breaky break, and yeah, give us about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. Okie dokie. Whee. Okay, we're back.
Find out.
Yeah.
I'd like the dancing together deduction thing, just like, I would like it if it weren't so dumb. So, if it becomes actually difficult, that will be interesting.
Yeah, I think that this one was just a tutorial one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clues to what the speckled band might be.
We all know it's a snake, okay? We didn't manage to investigate at all, really. I mean, everything was obvious when we stepped into the room. We had to go through all that bullshit. I mean, and I imagine we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past Mr. Stroganov.
He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it? You're not
Well?
thinking Jeffrey's tube.
What happened to
Oh,
our
boy.
great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh, he just stayed in the wardrobe. He's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? Slipped away as quietly at the wind, but not before ensuring that these were securely back on my wrists. What a weirdo.
He really is a weird guy.
And talk to him again. I don't think that'll net us anything.
Mm-hmm. That's the second class area, you know, for second class people like me.
It's locked. We can't open it.
Well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
We're
Only
at
you.
sea! Where am I gonna go? Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else to examine here.
Go back in
Door?
the room.
First class cabin number 1. La murmur.
Uh-huh. We did
Yep.
this before.
Hold on. I think I need to turn on that there's the text skip. Yeah. Anyway. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues.
Please, save us. Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
It's a good
Mhm.
thing. I still kind of want to talk to this guy, though.
Why not?
I really wish we'd had a chance to look around Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Stroganov for you. Why? Why you look like that? You want something? You want this man meat?
I want your beef. Huh?
Cosmo's ghost just shed a tear.
Right. I was his beefsteak.
Maybe you want me to throw you out again, hmm?
Kinda. Oh, no, definitely not that. Get into the room, Sasada-san.
Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend the winter. Understand? It's sexy.
Understand. Where do they spend winter?
In my pants or eyeball.
Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face.
Is not well-made joke.
I like your crop top.
I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruto-san.
How did you read my mind? It's Sailor-chan!
Sailor-chan!
Number 2. Looks like they're still investigating here.
Yes. On that subject, wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruto-san? Or you probably forgot. Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of his cabin to investigate? He might lose his life. was gonna talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you, and you just forgot about him.
He's kind of forgettable. Oh, yes. Sailor-chan is bad. I miss Sailor-chan so much.
Friendly Sailor-chan.
But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. He was murdered.
That chalk is him now.
Ah, he's over there. Sailor-chan!
Sailor-chan!
Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosnaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. Oh. Going back to guarding the door.
I hope the inspector doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
Really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to ask him for a stake at Le Carnival.
Oh, you think you're getting back to Japan, do you? That could be a very long time from now for you, Naruto-san.
Can I look at the desk? This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing in his diary.
Writing, I love you forever, my cutlet.
Okay, yeah, we already... Looking at his writing here on this page, almost impossible to believe that he's gone.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruto-san. This part about taking someone's hand?
We will. Oh my god!
Fuck! Damn!
Are you okay?
Poor dude.
Ah, you're back. Inspector!
What happened to you? Your face.
Please, don't worry about it.
It's gonna bleed out the other side now.
It's only a flesh wound. Maybe by a bear, maybe.
Bear of a man.
When I told you the captain that I'd give you permission to investigate.
He instigated a scene with me, but
He told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard.
So just the pummeling.
It was nothing, really. I'm actually kind of into that. Like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. I don't think it was Stroganoff, Sailor-chan. I don't think that, Stroganoff had time.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin and the really weird hidden pet situation.
Yes, so I understand.
No, but you see, there's a hidden pet situation.
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago.
Fancy that, we bumped into him too.
I think his name was something like Herlock Schloms, or... I don't think he was German, though. That explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found. Yes, let's do it. Right now, take me.
With your cuffs still on.
Right.
Boy.
What? Nikolina Pavlova. She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel?
It even made his eye look droopy.
I think I upset him there.
Ah.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least.
What?
No!
No,
No,
it does
I
not.
don't think it is. I don't think so.
Not unrelated.
Oh, how? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
He's at her,
Oops, now I've definitely upset him.
he runs the fan club.
Kei Buho-san, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? Did you find Kazuma-sama somewhere? Is he still alive? Or did this horrible, horrible little wardrobe man murder him? I'm impressed with the captions.
I'm actually kind of looking at something else, but yeah, the captions are pretty good. If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. Oh, we're going to Hong Kong.
Oh,
All right,
that's where we're gonna have the crazy trial.
that maybe. I wonder. I'm just keeping watch here. Trying not to take my eyes off the job. At least gives us a good idea of where the ship is.
Yes.
Because we were talking about this on our off day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like trying to figure out where on the map it was, like where we're gonna be.
Oh, I see.
Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what?
Yes, tell us, Inspector, please. Ooh, information.
What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Boreal's medical officer has finished an examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
No, no. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead.
Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report.
No, 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 no. Kazuma-sama.
So, what was the cause of death?
It was blank. There was no cause of death. He's not dead. What the fuck?
What?
What? What?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report.
Like he was whacked?
Is that the cervical vertebrae? Where?
Cervical?
His neck? What? How?
No, no, no. No, no. No.
Yes, it would seem so.
No.
There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury.
No.
So at first I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
What? What?
Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as of yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. It's a statue of the thinker.
Yeah. There's that guy over there also, yeah?
Oh,
No.
I see.
I reject this. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. Strong enough impact to the neck could induce death.
Or paralysis.
It's a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Or Kazuma.
No.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Read every bit of that report.
Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I
That's.
love you.
Yeah.
I mean, I
What-
trust
what
you.
is that? What is with that look right there? God damn. He's just picking up men, man.
Right.
First he's dancing with a detective, and now he's getting eyes from an inspector.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like-
that's a good, yeah, when their neck
right.
is snapped, they're almost definitely killed instantaneously, so Kazuma couldn't have written the message if he knew Russian or not. And
Yep.
Ryunosuke doesn't know Russian for sure.
None of this makes any damn sense.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, they're gonna put us on trial anyway until we find out who the real killer was.
I don't accept it! Exclamation mark.
After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah, how do I keep picking up boyfriends?
How do you keep doing that?
I mean, my other one isn't even cold yet.
I just tried to pick up a girlfriend. You see how that worked out for me. Okay, we gotta look at this shit. I'm mad. Big mad. No, just a core record.
Resulting in instant death. Yep. Victim nexus was certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No other.
Somewhere between 1 a.m. and a little past 2 a.m. And the last thing that we have from him is in the diary at 1 what? Back to the
like
diary.
1:32 or something like that. 1:35.
1:35. But then I guess, you know, they could say, oh, Dunosuke burst out of the wardrobe, smacked him in the back of the neck, and then, like, wrote some shit in Russian to say wardrobe because he's an idiot and pinned it on himself.
Well, like, so here's the dumbest idea that I have.
Go for it.
The absolute fucking dumbest idea that I have is that, the books were all laid to the side before Susato, like, put them back up.
Mm-hmm.
And in Nina's room, they were all the same way.
Mm.
So that suggests that there was, like, a big heave of the ship, maybe? And, like, so my dumbest idea is that something, like, flew from one side of the room and hit him on the head.
A book killed him.
Like a book or like something that was on the wall or like something else.
If he just died accidentally, like, the least that they could do is assassinate him, you know?
Right.
But if this is all just a fucking accidental death, it's going to be even more infuriating.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is my dumbest idea. I don't think that that's what it is, but like, it's a possibility.
So certainly could be a path we have to go down for a while.
I don't think that accidental death has really been a thing in Ace Attorney. It's always kind of been a murderer.
Yeah, there's been murder that people didn't really intend to commit.
Right, there's not... like, I intended to commit murder against one person but accidentally committed the other.
Right.
Or like, I panicked and killed this person.
Yeah.
And then there was, in the first game, murder and self-defense.
Yes.
But I don't think accidental death...
Just like a book flying at him. Yeah.
I don't think that's actually just been a thing yet.
Oh, Mr. Holmes was here, was he?
Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Wow, you know him very well already.
Did he say anything at all? Actually, now that you mention it, yes. Just one thing. But he practically shouted it.
He laid down in the chalk and he said, I'm a snow angel.
It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish?
Oh,
I wonder what he meant. The smudge,
the ink,
yeah.
The thing? Yeah.
Maybe I don't think it's the ink. Maybe
the
the smudge on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see? Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, okay. Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
Yes, that must be it. But how can Mr. Sholmes know it's shoe polish?
He licked it.
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea.
He licked it, didn't he?
I can guarantee the shoe polish is not the white smudge you saw, Mr. Sholmes.
Nice.
What is it, Susato-chan? San? I can't call you Chan
yet. I'm not Chan to you yet.
I can't, you'll be Susato-chan before long.
Not until you're... As long as you're still guilty of this murder, then I'll never be Susato-chan to you. Cosmo-sama. Anyway, well, Cosmo-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. They were some very nice shoes.
A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired his shoes for him. And he never knew I did it. I would just sneak into the cabin, find his shoes, and repair them.
Oh, what does this mean?
That I'm a little creepy.
And possibly a burgeoning foot fetish? That this mark was made by the shoe polish on Kazuma's shoes as they were scuffed on the floor?
Okay.
Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
Eh? It doesn't look like a like that. If it was a shoe, like
That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head.
They are boring, indeed.
Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Mr. Capable-san, you look exhausted. I'm exhausted of this too, frankly.
Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Hosogi-san. He was my responsibility.
You had one job.
I have several jobs, actually. I am an undercover cop. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friend and boyfriend. The truth is, I wish I were his boyfriend. Wait, I seem to have had a heavy head since I woke up this morning.
Oh boy. Don't you die on us.
It's something. It's something with gas. It's something with gas. Heavy head. That's interesting.
What?
My head's still throbbing too. Okay, we've talked to you. We've talked to you. We've. Well.
Huh?
So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. Okay, that was helpful.
Only Miss Pavlova had been able to open her traveling case.
Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything, though.
She's definitely not. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know most people aboard would say the same to me about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me.
Still want to try on her coat. Yeah. Wardrobe. You could do it again, I guess.
So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilt on the floor.
Yeah.
Yell through the
Hey!
vent and ask us.
Let the snake out!
Hey, can you tell us? If you like peek through the vent and like see if you can see the snake? And they spell the word, the Russian word for wardrobe.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there.
Except I don't speak or can spell Russian. But to be truly ambiguous, it should just have spelt out my name, don't you think?
No one knows you. One fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Begs the question, who did write it? Oh.
Hi, Sailor-chan. Oh, it really is such a beautiful color, this glass. Yep, beautiful color.
It looks like whatever was broken, whatever it was is broken clean in two. But on the other half is nowhere to be seen.
And there's the brick-colored mark.
Which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about.
So that's just like a single shoe getting dragged? I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes, which I snuck into the cabin to repair.
But what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else?
He licked it. Because he's a great detective who licks things.
That's hardly a reason, is it? I bet he did lick it, though.
He licked it.
I'm pretty sure he licked it.
He licked it.
These are the rules of passage. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules.
She called it her friend, didn't she? That's what Cosmo-sama used to call you.
Although we don't know what form his friend takes yet as yet.
I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's a puppy! I mean, I want it to be a puppy.
A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. Because he called me his friend, but I'm actually his boyfriend.
Check out the books.
All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin neatly arranged on a shelf.
They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember.
Oh, yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you?
You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage.
But if it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Well, you did disturb a crime scene, though.
You know, aside from that.
That's, you definitely, for sure.
I'm not exactly here to relax right now, anyway. And Cosmo-sama is dead.
Okay, is there nothing else to do here?
Chair?
Move? Okay. I guess we go back in to talk to Hosonaga and then we walk back out.
Naruto-san, mite kudasai. Seaman Stroganov has gone.
Strong enough?
Stroganov! The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. You know, Sailor-chan, Stroganoff. Did you hear that? Sounded like someone singing.
Oh boy. I did it the great detective way. This caroling, I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that. Never mind that now. Never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. To do what? Oh yeah, get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely, before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
Let's open this freaking case already. It's in Stroganoff. Stroganoff.
Examine?
Mouse today?
No, I don't think. What?
No, brother.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, it's Mr. Holmes. Look.
Wow, you never know where he's gonna turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Let's leave him to be.
Let's smack his ass.
Smack him right in the traveling case. La la la, lira lira lay. I did it the great detective way. I did it the great detective way.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, and there was doubt, it's lucky her laugh was about.
Excuse me?
I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Sholmes!
Yeah! What is it? You want to fight? I can take you, Mr. Stroganoff. Interrupting a fellow when he's singing, I was just about to reach the climactic finish.
Sorry, I thought you were never gonna stop, so I figured now is a good time as any.
I'm a first soprano, I'll have you know. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. You see, that's what I'm famous for. It's my right hooks.
All right, I get the picture now. Could you put those fists away? Yeah, my sweetie's such a great singer.
I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, well, I was immersed in study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log that we got to read but not read at all before. Did you get to read it?
And did you find anything useful from it? No.
Absolutely not. Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so...
Well, you see, dear young lad, you truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. You see what I did there? I'm terribly hilarious.
Excuse me?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Do you mean I have to Gyokten my Saibon?
Observe the other pages, and it shall all become clear. You're reading the book in the wrong direction.
Yes, you have to. You have to turn it upside down.
It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway. He has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Quite boring, you see.
Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
30 minutes is a half hour, last I checked. Nothing to report. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship...
The ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
Wow, you figured that out all by yourself. Do you mean?
He's obviously the killer.
Yes, there were
Sailor Chan 2.
circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we could be sure something significant took place alongside the significant things that were happening.
Or he was asleep. There's an idea.
So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. Ah yes, he was knocked unconscious with gas. I'm way ahead of you. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
Okie dokie. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective.
Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes brilliance. Ha! Ha ha! I killed myself. Oh, I actually did. I hurt myself there a bit.
What is it? Are you hurt?
Yes, I broke my back just a tad. Don't worry yourself. Seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason, nothing more. So it's a gas that affects all the men.
Yeah.
It's a man gas. The young ladies are fine. Well, my friends, until our next encounter, I'm just going to roam off now.
He's still singing to himself. I can still hear it down the hall
I
as he wanders down the passageway. It's not a very long passageway. Is there something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought.
Yeah, so it's like only the men who are getting headaches, and that's kind of weird. I feel the same.
I mean, the log surely wasn't started last night. He could look at the log from a few days before and see nothing to report. Logs were there after 2 a.m. Yeah. Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning.
Okay,
So the ladies are getting it too.
Everyone's got a
I've
headache.
got a headache. It sort of continuous throbbing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, but I didn't really pay it any mind because I'm on my cycle right now.
Everyone's getting some version of like carbon monoxide poisoning. Yeah. It's like, I usually get headaches around this time, so.
Right, yeah. Along with cramping and bloating and
Turns
back
out
pain.
that Nina's
and...
on hers too. We
Right.
synced up, you know, being on the ship together.
Right. Cool.
Okay. Can we get into the cabin and just find this snake?
Find the snake. Oh!
Snakes on the loose.
Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Misato-san. Oh, where's she gone?
Gotta try it on. Gotta try it on.
Hey, what are you doing? Those are private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruto-san. I just gotta try this on. I think it's my size.
I suppose you're right, for Kazuma's
Yes,
sake.
for Cosmo's sake, it's my size. Yes. She ran off with Roganov.
Yeah.
Not just for Cosmo-sama. For myself, I never do nice things for me.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in any of those handcuffs when we get there, so I'm just gonna call in the detective because he knows how to take care of that.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruto-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will.
Oh, no snack.
I want to look at this. Well, the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
Exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Kazuma's cabin.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
Okay. I gave it a shot. Well, must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage in every cabin.
Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know.
Well, yeah, some of it is because of Mr. Detective, but... Anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. These are the only things I can set straight.
I will also tamper with this crime scene.
Whoop! Tampered. Open the bag. Naruto-san, are you there? Are you in the bag?
Sorry, I'm right here, yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
You're fucking hilarious. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump in every wardrobe I see, you know.
So you're not trying to go back into the closet?
No!
Okay, well anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I guess they're all stage costumes. Oh, this is totally my size.
I was rather hoping we'd find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding there, but no such luck.
Finally got out of the closet just to
trying
find his
to-
boyfriend was dead.
There's one of those next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. Gotta pull it.
She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too. Don't take that out of context.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret.
But I just, you know, I had to pull the thing.
So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next
Oops,
door.
sorry. Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant in this cabin would notice and raise the alarm.
Well, maybe there's just gas leaking everywhere. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That's a possibility. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. Okay, well, yeah, I don't need to investigate that again.
Ah, the case is finally open.
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret, and we're not gonna get to see now, because the friend is roaming around the ship freely.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals onto the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there.
It was a snake,
And more to the point, where is it now?
roaming around the ship. Ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, what's that? Oh boy, we're in trouble now. Shut down engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter for mile 4.
I'm sorry?
Full stop, hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact.
I'm sorry? What the?
Wait, what? Wait, history is that? History? I don't think I really processed what they
Sorry.
history. Vessel sighted a quarter mile 4. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's like directly in front of.
We're gonna crash. Like out of nowhere.
What?
Who's been steering this ship? It was it the Snick? I can't stand.
Suzato-san, hold on to me. Ah!
Well, that's a gyakuten.
Suzato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Arigatou gozaimasu, Naruhodo-san. Arigatou gozaimashita.
It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh, goodness. Well, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? Are you in the handcuffs still?
No, I'm fine.
Uh-oh. Hello, is
Hello there. All the Phoenixes. Oh, that sounds like.
Who is it? Which one is it? Yeah! Inspector Hosonaga.
Oh, the door! The door's locked!
Oh!
Oh! We figured it out!
Yeah!
We figured it out! Someone totally could have come inside! Because when the ship...
Mm-hmm.
The ship, yeah, turned and then the fucking...
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Oh,
Yep, the lock slid in.
Whoosh! Okay.
Alright. Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly. What? The bolt?
Look at that.
Door's bolted. Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in already?
Oh, nah. I better tidy this place up first.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery, at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of that cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around, tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart.
Oh boy.
Wow, that was a
Dun,
fast
dun.
one. But hey,
Ah.
it's good timing.
Yeah.
This is around time for stream to end.
Mhm.
So let's make sure we get our progress saved. Ta-da!
Save-oo.
Save-oo. And then let's find someone to raid. Let's see who's on right now. Hey, you want to watch more Great Ace Attorney? We'll do these guys. They are all. I'm pausing it because I don't actually want to see what they're at. So, real quick. Where is it? All right, so we're going to go /raid. And yeah, go say hi to these guys. And yeah, I will see you next time. All right, so, Sunday, we're probably just gonna do more Minecraft. So that's fun. And then, yeah, we're gonna be back here next Wednesday with the Great Ace Attorney. And so I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Riddles.